everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today it is time to take on our first optional dungeon for patch 3.1. If you watched no, not yesterday, it's 2 days ago. Was it 2 days ago? I've lost track. If you watched the previous Sunday video where we did side quests in the Devonian Forelands, you remember I was having issues with frame drops. I have changed the capture settings a little bit further. I tested my theory, and my theory was correct. I did some changes to greatly improve that whole issue, and it's maintaining quality. It's not dropping any frames. In fact, I was able to test it in a 48-player raid, and not a single frame drop over 2 hours, which my hunch was right. I'm very glad I was right, because now that is no longer an issue. I not only did I test it with a 48-player raid, I tested it recording off of PC rather than off of PS5. So it was game and recording on the same hardware. So yeah, things are looking pretty dang good right now. I could hypothetically maybe move back to PC. I'm gonna keep doing testing before I commit to that, because PC does look better. But I want to keep doing testing before I commit to that. Anyways, this week's gonna be busy. We have 2 optional dungeons. 2? I think it's 2. Is it 2 or 3? I think it's 2. Yeah, I have 2 listed. 2 optional dungeons. And we have a Alliance raid, which we're doing on mine difficulty. And I've been trying to organize that. And I have 15 out of 24 people signed up. So we're going to have to be filling in a few people with Party Finder. So that's fun. It'll be fine. Party Finder's usually fine. Just the more people you need to fill into Party Finder, the more likely you are to find assholes. Even if there's only like 5% of people playing the game are assholes. If you need to fill like 20 slots, one of those people is going to be one of the assholes. But yeah. It's getting there. We've got 15 people signed up. So it's looking good. We'll just fill in the rest with Party Finder. Exciting! Alright. Hello, Techi Treasure Hunter. The Techi Treasure Hunter has the look of a woman who has seen rather too many marbles. What? There's one behind me, isn't there? No? Thank the gods, I've done enough running for one day. Those goddamn beasts came out of nowhere. It's a wonder we made it out alive. But we can't just leave the treasure there. You look like the sort that's used to risking life and limb. Might be as you could use help clear a way through those seedkin that damn near made a meal of us. We'd see it that it was worth your while, of course. If you're interested, let my friend Sani know. He should be somewhere near the entrance to St. Mocianne's Arboretum. Well, I reckon it's safe to go back to Adelshire and look for a few more hands. We'll need as much help as we can get. Hope to see you at the Arboretum. Well, now what's that about? For reference, we are in the northern portion of the Answering Quarter in the western Devonian hinterlands. Just up near in the courtyard of a building. Now then, let's go see what the heck is going on with this Arboretum that's overrun by marbles. That is indeed a lot of marbles. Alright, awesome. And looks like the dungeon entrance is right over here. Hello, Sani. You're here to help the seedkin infest in the Arboretum? Thank the gods we've not the numbers to venture into there ourselves. They used to research plant life from every corner of the realm here, you know? Of course, with no one to look after it, it's all gotten a bit overgrown. Usually, places like this are more trouble than they're worth, but if these parchments we found are anything to go by, there is something in these ruins that could benefit everyone in Adelshire for generations to come. A proper, priceless treasure. And it goes without saying that a site as old as this is sure to be stuffed with all sorts of precious relics, which you'd be welcome to keep if you help beat a path for us. We'll follow behind you once it's safe and see if we can't find what we're looking for. Alright, sounds good. Let's go over the duty information, and then I'll meet you back with our friends to head in. St. Mocianne's Arboretum once housed the greatest collection of flora and fauna the realm had ever known. Alas, in the wake of the Exodus, it was left to the elements, and the wildlife within now roam its halls unchecked and untamed. A band of treasure hunters hopes to brave this leafy labyrinth in search of a cache more valuable than gold, that could ensure Adelshire's prosperity for years to come. But will their search of this savage garden yield fortune, or end in failure? I'll be back once we have our party ready. Alright, we are back. We have our group together. let's go ahead and ready check to make sure our party's ready to go, and... let's do this. Saint Mocianne's Arboretum. On mine difficulty, as usual. All right, let's get moving. I feel like we should play risky. Mine difficulty has not been too difficult for the most part. I think we're largely getting the hang of it as a group. So I kind of want to do bigger pulls. Is this a risky strategy? Yes. Do I think it will go well? Yes. I trust our group. Alright, gonna hold on to my Abyssal Drain until I'm a little bit lower, and... nope. Entirely self-inflicted. God, what a foolish mistake. I completely butchered that. Listen, this is what happens when you play cocky. Thankfully, Dark Knight, when you know how to use Living Dead, very, very good invuln. Not a perfect invuln, but a very good one. Though I don't think I'm going to make it much longer. No! Oh my god! Oh my god! What a recovery! What an incredible recovery! Holy crap! Let's go! Yeah, OBS was giving issues immediately prior to recording this, unfortunately. I've got a little bit of anxiety at the moment that, possibly OBS is screwing me over in the background, so I'm keeping a closer eye on it than usual. I did a test right before we started, but it gave me just enough issues that I got a little bit of that reasonable anxiety. I gotta say though, the Arboretum, very, very pretty. On the one hand, shame it's been overgrown and they've lost control of it because it's been abandoned. On the other hand, I love the aesthetic, and honestly, why not using it? Let nature take it back. Ah, we've got the Rose Garden, a horrifyingly large Marlborough. Alright, let's do this. What are you up to, Marlborough? Yeah, let's toss on a mitt. Not too much in the way of bursts on Dark Knight yet, so I'm gonna probably use my MP as it, as it becomes available. We have Extremely Bad Breath. The mini Morbles are going to be using their Bad Breath, don't walk in it. And the big Morble is going to be using its Bad Breath and rotating around the arena. So we actually have to follow it around while avoiding the smaller Morble's Bad Breath to avoid getting got. Okay, we've got Rose Hips. don't want to know what happens if we leave those up, so good they're gone. I'm normally good about timing my Abyssal Drain too, I just got a little bit cocky there. I think I'm used to having a little bit more wiggle room at higher levels. Alright, we've got another round of extremely bad breath. It's going to be rotating this way, I believe, so... Either way, let's get behind it. That'll be the best starting point. And Rose hips at the... Oh, fuck. Okay, it's coming this way this time. I imagine if those Rose hips are allowed to survive, they will explode and cause extreme pain. Thankfully, the Marlboro seems to have used all of its strength for that attack, and it passes out for just a moment. Alright, what item level is this gear we're getting? I'll have to check again on the next one. Alright, we've got a Thavnarian Tortoise in here. What are you doing all the way over here? Oh, we have some very interesting bosses coming up in this dungeon. Oh, I'm definitely excited. I just remembered what's coming up next. Don't mind me, just gonna kite the enemies around while we go for the treasure coffers. It is 185. We still have better gear from the job quest, annoyingly, but good bit of gear. If you're below 185, be sure to pick up the gear from this dungeon. Okay, in this section, once we get up to these giant honeycombs, we want to start attacking the honeycombs as fast as we can. Enemies are going to keep spawning as long as the honeycomb is alive. Namely, the bees are going to keep spawning. The other enemies, we could be done with those already. We could have been if I had, actually stopped to kill them, but it's funnier like this. We're doing well. This is mine difficulty, and we're doing wall-to-walls like it's... Not like it's nothing, but like it's a reasonable challenge that we can take care of. Though I will give a moment to start wiping up these enemies, mopping up these enemies, getting this a little bit more under control, and then we'll rush forward to the next one. Okay, we should be good. God, I love Living Dead. It's such a fun invuln. I hope that if they ever change it, they keep the current spirit of what it is. A high risk, high reward, you have to use it right or it kills you. I love it. If it's the aesthetic of Dark Knight, it's really fun to get it right. We've got another honeycomb that we need to destroy, because as long as it's alive, more bees are going to spawn, which is annoying. Oh crap. Okay, I'm going to switch to focusing on the honeycomb. They can deal with the hawk if they want. Yep, here we go. This is why you want to focus the honeycomb. They just keep spawning. This is a very thick honeycomb, though. Wow. It has taken a bit of effort to get through it. Did I roll on everything? Yes. We have the Queen Hawk. The queen of the bees. The Queen Bee. She's gonna have a few gimmicks involving bringing in her worker bees. We're going to want to watch for the worker bees on the edge of the arena. They're going to move around, eventually do line AoEs, and we're going to want to dodge that. I don't believe we can attack them, Not yet, anyway. Here we go, now they're attackable. Not only can we attack them, but they have put up a shield protecting their queen. So we have to attack them if we want to actually get through to her. There we go. Knights are down. I know at some point they're going to do line AoEs on us, so we're going to want to keep an eye out for that. It should be coming soon. Ah, here we go. They're charging up. They're getting ready. Let's get out of the way. And it's untelegraphed too. So we need to be keeping an eye on where they are. Now hold on, I'm not dead yet. Okay, that is a lot of bees. Oh, fuck this! Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck! No, okay. I'm reacting in a very strong way for a reason. I'm having flashbacks to, Dawn Trail Savage. Don't worry about it. It's a very annoying mechanic that's basically that, but a million times worse. But it shows up in the Savage raids in Dawn Trail, and it made me rage quit Savage for a year. It's a bad mechanic. Fuck alarm pheromones. Anyways, moving on. But yeah, what made the Dawn Trail Savage raid mechanic is basically 16 bees spawn randomly around the edge of the arena, and each player gets targeted by 2 of them at random. They will do a line AoE at you, which also does knockback to you and anyone else that they hit, and you have to be very, very careful to get out of the way and dodge, but the line AoEs are thick and wide and annoying and will throw you into the death wall. And it is the worst goddamn mechanic that I have encountered in this game. Other than that other Savage raid from Endwalker, which builds its entire gimmick around you can't see shit because everything's orange. There's been some weird design choices in raiding, in my experience. We'll get to it. In some number of years, you will see what I mean, because I absolutely intend to cover the Savage raids. Oh, come on. Oh, okay. Got that just in time. That was starting to worry me that Abyssal Drain was not coming off cooldown fast enough. Are we good to go down? We are good to go down. I'm gonna keep pulling them. Let's keep kiting them. I love to play dangerous games. Okay, don't heal me. I need to set up my Dark Knight macro, my Living Dead macro. Okay, good. It popped. We're good. Instantly full heal. Okay, and now we might be in a little bit of trouble. Here, I'm just gonna pop all of my mitts. Give me a little bit more time to get to that Abyssal Drain. Okay, we're doing fine. Hold on to the Abyssal Drain. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, we are fighting the Belladonna. Let's do this. Now, what do you have going on, Belladonna? I remember you having some mechanics. Oh dear. Okay, so we have donuts. We've got raid wides. The basic mechanics. Here we go. We've got bulbs that we can't attack, but I do believe we want to stay away from them. Ah, over this way. Yeah, they're going to do circle AoEs we want to watch out for. Unless... Oh, and you've got gaze mechanics. Awesome. Okay, so the bulbs are doing random AoEs. I imagine that's going to apply some sort of nasty status effect, probably some sort of confusion. Nice job slipping between. I mean, there's definitely a place to walk there, but still, that's a narrow place to walk. Nice job slipping through that. Wild carding around the spread marker. There are so many of these bulbs. Okay, and it ate them. It ate them. It ate them. I hate that. I'm just gonna stand right here in this narrow little safe gap. I imagine it's fine to walk through them as long as you don't walk through while they're setting off their AoEs, so they're actually not that high of a risk. Oh, and you're combining it with donuts. Okay, that's fun. And what a time. I thought I had this dang frame drop issue fixed. I'll have to check on that after the dungeon. Well, so far it's half a second over the course of the entire fight, so it's not that bad, but it's also not great. Well, it's nowhere near as bad as it was before, so can't complain too much. The funny thing is, I recorded a 2-hour raid not too long ago and dropped nothing. All right, cleared it out. Let's grab the loot. Oh, I already have it. Fair enough. Let's get out of here. Oh dear God, it's getting so much worse. All right, I'll be back after I reset everything and we will finish off this quest. All right, we are back. Sonny, how's it going? We cleared the place out for you. Haha, I knew the thought of the Arboretum's treasures would be enough to get your juices flowing. Thanks to all the pruning you did for us, we were able to have a good look around the ruins. And it didn't take us long to find what we were after. Oh, I can't wait to tell Midnight Dew the good news. Speaking of which, would you mind coming with us to Idleshire? Midnight Dew will want to thank you personally, and I dare say even an adventurer like you would be interested in our finds. I am interested indeed. Let's get back there, see what they found, see what they dug out of the Arboretum. There you are, Sonny. Hello. What did you find in the Arboretum? Ah, you've come at last, adventure. Well, let's give Midnight Dew the good news. Now that's the ending I wanted to hear. Let's hope these seeds live up to their reputation. What fruit do you reckon they'll bear, adventurer? Hopefully one that'll feed everyone, it sounds like. Something wrong? You seem surprised. Sonny, you did tell our friend here what you were looking for, didn't you? Ah, now that I come to think of it, that little detail might have slipped my mind. You see, the treasure we were looking for was seeds and sprouts that were cultivated specially by the Charlians. I mean, it's an arboretum, I kind of guessed that. Years of research went into breeding them, apparently, and they produce plants like you wouldn't believe. As of now, Hiddleshire's main industry is collecting the junk left behind by the Charlians, but it won't last forever. Which is why it's important we find a new way to make the ends meet, before we end up with nothing left to trade. Acquiring those sprouts and seeds was the first step to accomplishing that goal. If we can find the crops that'll flourish in this land's changeable climes, we'll have a new industry that should keep Hiddleshire going for generations to come. Well, these seeds ain't gonna plant themselves, so I'd best be about it. Something tells me growing them will make getting them seem easy. It'll take a few moons, 'tis true, but I look forward to seeing those seeds bear fruit. Make sure to visit us from time to time, adventure. One day we'll treat you to a feast grown by our own hands. I can't wait! Alright, next time on Final Fantasy XIV then, it is time for the other optional dungeon in patch 3.1. I'll see everyone next time, as we go back to an old friend.